As a chef, you are responsible for the safety of the food you prepare. This includes following basic hygiene rules. Wash your hands thoroughly and often, especially after handling raw meat. Keep your work area clean and sanitized. Use separate cutting boards for different foods, and clean them thoroughly after each use. Store food properly to prevent contamination. Cook food to the proper temperature to kill bacteria. These are just a few of the basic hygiene rules that every chef should follow. As a chef, you are responsible for the safety of the food you prepare. This means that not only do you need to be aware of the potential risks of foodborne illness, but you also need to take steps to prevent it. One important way to do this is to practice good hygiene in the kitchen. Here are some hygiene rules that all chefs should follow. Wash your hands often and thoroughly. This is one of the most important things you can do to prevent the spread of bacteria. Be sure to wash your hands before and after handling food, after using the restroom, and after taking out garbage. Keep your work area clean and organized. A clean kitchen is a safe kitchen. Be sure to wipe down surfaces with a sanitizing solution regularly, and sweep or vacuum floors daily. Avoid cross-contamination. Raw meat, poultry, and seafood can contain harmful bacteria that can be transferred to other foods if they aren't handled properly. To avoid cross-contamination, keep these items separate from other foods while preparing them, and use different cutting boards and utensils for raw and cooked foods if possible. Cook food thoroughly. Undercooked food can be just as dangerous as contaminated food when it comes to foodborne illness. Use a thermometer to check that meats have reached a safe internal temperature before serving. And cook vegetables until they are tender. Store food properly. Refrigerate perishable items promptly, and make sure frozen items are completely thawed before cooking them. What are the 5 hygiene rules in the kitchen? Assuming you are referring to food hygiene, keep raw meat away from other food. Raw meat, poultry, fish and shellfish can contain harmful bacteria. To prevent these bacteria from contaminating other foods, keep them separate. Use different chopping boards and knives. And don't place cooked food on plates or surfaces that have held raw meat. Cook food thoroughly. Bacteria are killed by cooking food until it reaches a high enough temperature. Use a digital cooking thermometer to check that food has reached the correct temperature throughout, not just in the middle. Follow any recipe cooking times carefully. Store food at the correct temperature. Bacteria will multiply quickly if food is not stored correctly, so it's important to keep track of how long food can be kept for. Use a fridge thermometer to check that your fridge is set at below 5 degrees Celsius. This is cold enough to stop bacteria from multiplying, but not so cold that it damages delicate items such as dairy products or eggs. If in doubt, throw it out. Keep kitchen surfaces clean and disinfected. Kitchen surfaces, including chopping boards, worktops, kettles and sinks, can easily become contaminated with harmful bacteria which can then spread to other foods. To help prevent this happening, regularly clean all surfaces with a disinfectant solution, made up of 1 part bleach to 50 parts water. Paying particular attention to areas where raw meat has been prepared. After cleaning with bleach, always rinse off with plenty of clean water afterwards as undiluted. Bleach solutions can be damaging. Wash hands thoroughly. Hands are one of the most common ways that harmful bacteria spreads around the kitchen and beyond. Always wash your hands thoroughly with soap and hot water before handling any food. After going to the toilet or touching bins etc. And after handling raw meat or poultry. Consider wearing gloves when preparing raw meat if you have any cuts or grazes on your hands.